So in between guests, I've been looking on Reddit and thought, why not spend a few minutes looking at some of the topics and seeing what my answers would be. Now, Reddit is an interesting place at the best of times, so we'll see how it goes, and I'll try and be as honest and upfront as possible. Off we go. So what does a Scrum Master really do all day? In brackets, no joke. Advice wanted. I've spent the past 6 years working in various roles like business analyst, product owner, project manager, and product manager. Recently, I ventured into contracting, which has been quite profitable. Cha-ching! Lately, I've noticed that Scrum Masters are making up to double the amount I'm pulling in, making them the highest paid members of the team, which I find quite surprising. I'm curious, what do Scrum Masters actually do during the workday? From what I've seen, they facilitate Scrum ceremonies, well, they're actually called events, so you got that wrong, generate reports on team progress, provide guidance, and create visual boards for retrospectives using tools like Miro or Lucidchart. Is there more to their responsibilities? Now, personally, I think the Scrum Master accountability, as it's described in the latest version of the Scrum Guide, it can be, if we're being upfront and honest, an easy accountability or role to get away with doing the bare minimum. If you're there to be seen, you're booking in the events, you're becoming a bit of a team admin, which isn't what the accountability is about, but people do hide behind that stuff. The contractor market is the contractor market. Whether they should be paid more than a developer, I don't think they should personally, but I don't dictate the market. What I would say is if they're limited, or if you're seeing a Scrum Master who is just becoming an admin for the team, like I said, booking events, moving tickets, then they're not really playing the accountability as intended. They should be helping coach the organization, training, moving from one team to another if one team needs more help. So that's what my advice would be there, or not advice, but my take on it. So good Scrum Masters will be worth their day rate, but you are going to get people who slip through the net. Okay, on we go. Transitioning teacher interested in Scrum. Advice wanted. Don't think they thought they were going to get my advice when they wrote this, but they're going to get it anyway. I'm a teacher looking to transition out of the classroom. One of the positions that feels close to what I currently do is a Scrum Manager. I don't know what a Scrum Manager is, but there we go. I'm looking into certifications, and the one I'm coming across the most in the form of Instagram ads is Scrum Alliance. And I'm curious if anyone knows anything about / has used it and / or they're accredited, respected in the field. In addition to Scrum Alliance, I've also been told about Scrum Now and Safe Agile. Do those companies offer certifications, or are they just companies that hire Scrum managers? Jesus. Any advice for someone looking to maximize the value and impact of Scrum certification would be greatly appreciated. I think your motivation's all wrong, mate. I think you need to do your research. Scrum Master is a terrible name, don't get me wrong, but Scrum Manager is just completely wrong. In terms of Scrum Alliance, yes, they are one of the two main certification bodies. They do the Certified Scrum Master and Certified Product Owner. Hello folks, sorry to interrupt this video, but if you have got this far, it would really help if you did subscribe to the channel. Because it's face-to-face, it makes convincing people a lot easier to travel up all the way to Liverpool to record in this lovely studio. So, like I said, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. There's also scrum.org, which call themselves the home of Scrum. They do the PSM, which is the Professional Scrum Master, and the PSPO, which is the Professional Scrum Product Owner. If you're looking for like certification advice, that I would stick to those two outfits, organizations, if you're looking to get started. But by the looks of this, you need to do some more research and really learn about what the role is about. You're going to have to learn about tech. You're going to have to learn about programming. You're going to have to learn about testing, the whole software development life cycle. It's not an easy out. Okay. Passed the PSM1 today, in brackets, advice. So I just passed today with a 92% final score. Well done, you. Here, I will explain what worked for me and what is most recent for use in studying so you can pass as well. 1. Using Scrum for beginners and Scrum Master certification prep by, I'm not going to say the name in case I get into trouble. This is by far the best way to prepare for the test and fully updated with the most recent Scrum guide. Some of his practice tests are a bit overkill in terms of difficulty, but I was better off for it as the real test felt like a joke in comparison to his tests. So he was giving, or they were giving advice here. I think advice like this is easy. You know, if you're intending to only pass the exam, there are plenty of ways to do that. If you're looking to understand Agile, the role of the Scrum Master and how it fits into the particular framework that is Scrum, then you have to go a bit deeper, I think, and actually listen to people, learn from people, because Agile isn't just about Scrum and Scrum isn't just about Agile. I don't think I agree with that advice, but if you want to pass the exam, then, and that's your sole aim, then there are many ways to do it. Last one. I've been trying really hard to build team cohesion. What's your go-to activity or task that you think gets the job done? I've tried lots of different things, from on-site retreats, playing games, like internet game, to just general icebreakers. What's worked best for you as the Scrum Master? I think in that situation, you've got to know your audience. There's nothing worse than anyone coming in and saying, right, guys, we're doing a quick icebreaker, and people become dead behind the eyes. You've got to know your audience. If they don't like them, don't do them. Take a bit of time to step back and see what the team actually needs. Speak to people individually. There's nothing wrong with injecting a bit of life into some of these events, but I would probably focus more on what's disrupting them, so that what's stopping them from actually doing what they come into work to do and enjoy, which is more often than not develop products that people want to use. So what's getting in the way of them doing that? Going on retreats is fine if there's an outcome and stuff, but some people just don't like team building exercises, and that's okay. But to get there, you have to know your audience. So little and often, I would say, would be there. So there's 4 questions or scenarios that I read from Reddit in between guests for the podcasts. And if you like this, there will be a video about there with more interesting people than me from the podcast, which you can watch. And if you got this far, thanks for watching. See you later.